it's you. We're glad to see you. Come on in.
We have our first soap today from Holy Black.
It's a beautiful morning with the Barbershop Duet.
Hi, I'm Marcus Klinger with Klinger Vocal Studio.
And I'm Sarah Vincent with Sarah Vincent Virtual Pilates.
But on Wednesdays and Saturdays.
We are the Barbershop Duet.
Hey, and only because you're here. Thank you so much for being here and being a part of our barbershop.
Yes, so for our mention today, it goes well with the soap because way back at the beginning, while we were looking around on YouTube, we saw this page, Shave Cave. Yeah. And we watched it. And
our
then
friend Reed, the ladder whipster. He was in some of the lives, and he was one of the people that met us at the very beginning of our journey and was so inspiring to watch his channel. He sent us out a few soaps just to help get us started, and this is one of them.
And it was a great glimpse to see what this community could offer, that someone really was like, no, you don't have to pay for anything. I'm just going to send you some soaps. I want to welcome you to the community. We were just in awe because that's how it kind of started. And then other people reached out too, and we didn't realize like this community is actually about giving and sharing the love of all this soaps and stuff.
So thank you, Reed, and whether you're a newbie or a seasoned shaver, he's got some cool stuff for you on his channel. Check it out, and I'm so excited for this. What is this soap about?
So I was actually trying to look on the website because it was just one that was sent to us, and we always trust what people send. But
we have a hard, fast rule, folks. We do an episode on every single soap that crosses our threshold unopened. So there you go.
So if we haven't opened it, it's still sitting on the piano waiting for an episode.
We're gonna do an episode.
But the fun thing with this one is I had actually seen this logo going by, and I didn't realize that on the Instagram page that I was seeing that it was the same one that had the shave soaps.
Right.
So they have a bunch of other stuff that's connected to like a barbershop side. They do some beard stuff, but this happens to be a shave soap, and it's in a fun scent that I don't know if we would normally have picked, but I kind of like when people send us stuff because it gets us more excited, like, wow, I'm actually glad you sent this. I wouldn't have picked it, but now we got it.
Totally, and it brings up a long forgotten memory for me of my 21st birthday and a trip to the American Legion Hall with my grandfather. So let's meet the soap. All right, so what is this secret stash that you were telling me about here on their website?
Yeah, so I was digging around trying to find stuff, and then I realized that there's something under this shave soap category, secret stash, and then there's a bunch of different scents listed.
Hey,
so
Mr.
this is one of them.
Yeah, this one is Ramos Gin Fizz, y'all. All right, what are we looking at here?
All right, so for Ramos Gin Fizz, we have modeled after the famous Prohibition cocktail. This scent is all creamsicle and barely detectable hint of juniper.
Oh.
Interesting.
Okay.
All
So
right.
a gin fizz mind meld with an orange creamsicle, I guess.
So if you like citrus, cream, and a sweet finish, this one will knock your socks off.
Well, I do like all of those things, and I have my socks on. So I think we're excited right now. Let's unbox it.
All right.
Y'all, here it is. Let's take a look at what's in there. What do we got?
It is a pretty sick looking label. I gotta say.
Big. I don't know why I thought it was small. It's
and
big,
I think
beautiful.
It's a tin thing. But here's the fun. It kind of looks like a tattoo
This
thing
is
going
luxurious. Look at this presentation. Look at the label on the back. There's like handwriting.
And then so this is what tells you which one from the secret stash is what we have.
See, it's handwritten, and I think that constitutes.
Ramos.
Oh no! Hey, look at that, Ramon. This is so cool. It's
and
like a little
their
secret label on the back,
it's
right?
kind of
the
a fun logo, you know?
I love it.
But I have no idea what to expect. But it's always fun to meet a new artisan and see how their base goes and how they do stuff.
One of my favorite things, y'all. So let's not delay this anymore. Let's have a first impression. All right, sealed for your protection, folks.
Proof we have not whipped this yet.
Here we go. I'm excited.
What is it? This is a fun tin.
I know. I like the metal tins.
This might be one of our first.
Yeah, but the only other one we have is the Crumiro. That one came in a metal tin as well. That's the only other one?
Okay,
right,
our second tin. For those who like to see the pour. Ooh, it's a kind of a dark pour.
Oh, it's nice, y'all.
Am I supposed to smell this first?
You take it in first. You take it in. Okay, here we go. I'm going to watch you.
I don't know if I've really had a gin fizz, so this is kind of fun.
I have. We'll talk about that
know more.
when we go deeper. Yeah,
here we go. Oh, it's way more. It is a creamsicle.
Not what she was expecting, folks. I don't know if you've met my beloved, but that was the unexpected whiff.
It is totally a fun creamsicle, like twist.
Nice.
I was expecting more like on the gin side for some reason.
Well, yeah.
But what I'm getting first off the puck is definitely more the creams. It's sweeter citrus side.
Oh, nice.
Like, it is almost tempting enough that I might want to take a bite.
Don't eat the
Wasn't
soap.
expecting that.
Crystal says, don't eat the soap.
It's not so good for you.
Now, wait a minute. Now, let's have a grown-up conversation. Is this more of like a childish ice cream man sort of creamsicle, or is it a more grown-up cocktail version of a creamsicle?
Yeah, that's a good question. It's got a savory side to it. So I would say it's a little more, not like less child creamsicle, and a little more of the adult, like, I'll grab a creamsicle.
Yeah,
you know?
I heard Seville described today as a savory citrus.
Ah.
And I thought, whoa, what an interesting idea, right?
Like, this smell reminds me of being on vacation, where I'd want a creamsicle, popsicle, sitting by the pool, or, you know, that summer kind of day.
Right.
But it totally took me there. I'm sure once we lather it, we might get more of, like, the gin kind of side going on.
Well, I don't want her to be there alone. Here, hold on. I gotta have my...
Okay, give it a whiff here. Give it a whiff here.
Oh.
I know, it's a solid kind of pour going on.
Nice, right? Oh, I like,
it doesn't twist.
It doesn't twist. Okay, it just pops up.
Just popped
You
up.
should have just let me do this for
I
9
was
minutes
about
and
to.
be like, why isn't it opening? Okay, here we go. You ready?
How long will it take you? Not expecting that.
Holy
Kind of
black! Whoa!
Right? I don't know why. Just presentation-wise, I was expecting it to be a little darker, a little more serious. But
No! Well, and here's the other thing I like. Because my question to you is this like a super candied orange creamsicle like you'd get from an ice cream man, right? Because one of the things I loved growing up was actually the orange creamsicle with the vanilla ice cream down the middle.
And then on the outside?
Even better, because we didn't have that kind of money. We had the sherbet that was mixed with vanilla ice milk.
Okay.
Right? No, it was delicious. It was
Or
amazing.
if you take orange soda and put vanilla in it, it's like a backwards root beer float.
So, what I love is that this is a lovely balance between a super, like, childish, whimsical, candied orange creamsicle and a super grown-up cocktail version
Mature
of one.
side.
This kind of lands a little bit in the middle.
I
and
agree.
my nose can either go backwards in time to the childish version,
Like
or
a
it can stay
reminiscent.
more modern and smell. The creaminess can come through a little bit better.
I'm with
and the
you.
orange is really like a gourmet.
Yes,
beautiful
it is.
Orange.
It is definitely, it is not the fake, kind of candy smell. It is a real
In
side.
fact, were those all the scent notes that we read?
Yes.
I would be willing to bet there's more than just orange.
No,
here.
no, no, there
find
is.
that citrus, and you know what it smells like to me? It smells like 2 or 3 different kinds of oranges. So it smells like your normal sun-kissed, yum California orange, and then it smells like a blood orange, a little bit, and it smells like a mandarin orange.
What's
so
making,
like all 3 of those are coming together for me?
Because I do get the creamsicle side.
Right.
I don't know what exactly is making that because we don't really have like milk and shave
cream.
soap.
Right.
But
You don't put
I can smell
cream
it.
into that, right?
And it's not too sweet sugary. Like it is a cream.
No, right. Like a sweetened condensed milk.
Yes,
scent
I'm with
almost,
you.
Right, and absolutely. Yeah, how do you recreate like a creamy,
But
milky
I
smell?
almost get like a frappuccino, frappy
Yeah.
kind of smell. Huh?
And it's not just from the one I got sitting right here, right?
But like what you see on top of the cream.
It's
like
funny
a
that I
latte,
have this on camera
that
because I
cream-
usually don't. But yeah, right.
But yes, it is a very classy orange.
Yeah,
And then
yes.
there's something else that's a little more vibrant in the back. So
Right.
I know they sound like a lime, like if you put that on your gin fizz, I'm guessing.
Right. Oh, such a beguiling. What were the other ones? Hold on a second, because this is super, super fun. Mr. Hyde, The Telltale Heart, Aqua Tabac, Hawaiian Tropic. Yo, Vampire Hunter. Okay, wait a minute. We've clearly been missing out. Wait, that's what I love about this shaving world. 6 months we've been here, and we are still at the very few first steps of that Candyland game, y'all. We are at the very beginning because we're still stumbling upon vast, unexplored territories.
And
I want all of these.
It's not even lathered.
She got through all the vowels on that one.
It's not even lathered, and you're still being taken on a journey, which I
that's a good
do
point.
think that's what got us into this
She
shave
has
world.
subtle ways of reminding me we haven't lathered yet, and that was one of them. But yeah, that's why, because when you're having too much fun with it, look at all the colors.
What kind of, is it like a scrapey pour going on? I mean, a harder kind of pour?
No. Just a little tiny bit harder than butter. This is our HCNC lather bowl. It was a gift from Pete Hendricks over at HCNC. An awesome guy and an equally awesome lather bowl, I think.
And then we got our Yaki brush, my 24.
These are manufactured by the Bougie family of Caucasia. It's a lovely island fishing nation wedged between Latvia and Estonia.
Whoa.
Whoa!
For having a new artisan, that was immediate. I literally,
Whoa!
I'm only on like my 10th, 12th circle here.
Oh!
That's pretty impressive.
This is a rewarding shave
right
soap,
away.
y'all.
Holy moly, look at that.
Wow. You give this a tiny bit of effort and it rewards you handsomely.
That's impressive. Way to meet a new lather. Can I have a little more of a little bougie?
Yeah, sure. When it gets a little bit of that cobwebby pattern at the bottom of the bowl, right? She's asking.
And you can
for a
see the
little
soap
water.
is still kind of in there.
Yeah, a little more soap in there.
So those are still new to the lathering process.
But the cool thing about like a shiny, polished stainless steel lather bowl is that the soap tends to just jump onto your brush, right? Strange experimental one-offs. See, I love that.
Right?
I love that because that, when you're swinging for the fences and you're blindfolded, when you do connect, you connect. And that's why I love it when artisans are willing to step out of their comfort zone and do something crazy. I mean, sometimes you get batters up, which is a little on the darker side, but the other half the time you get stuff that you wouldn't get unless you were swinging for the fences. You know what I mean?
Okay, so I know we don't talk about lather, but I need to interrupt you because there is still soap in the bottom of
Well,
this
it's
bowl.
from the lather whipster.
And it's-
so
right?
it
I
would
guess
make
so.
sense that this has an above average
Well,
lather.
look, there's still soap in the bottom, and the
Wow.
amount that came out from what you pulled.
You know, I rarely ever say this, that this is an above average lather, because
I
we don't
would-
like to compare, but we're going to be honest where we
and
have
this
to,
is
folks.
a
This
new
is-
artisan, so we want to point it out. But there's still soap in the bowl. I haven't even finished lathering.
That is so impressive. You know,
It's not just because I kind of know how to build a lather. Like, it's actually really, it's a yogurty happy creamsicle-y
so,
lather.
y'all, I've kind of noticed if I take a little bit of lather and I do this thing to my
Little
fingers and I
through?
push down, there comes a point with the pressure where it eventually becomes less slippery. Not this. Not this. This is
No.
cool.
Okay, so if you aren't sure if you can build a lather, you should
Oh.
practice with this because this will prove that you can be a lather king. My goodness.
Oh, man, this is
I got distracted. I wasn't even smelling because it was
No.
like magically approaching.
Wow! Oh man. Okay, hold on. We could just throw this in a fountain. It would probably
Right?
just make it explode. Hold on a second.
Okay, so back to smelling here.
right, the orange, the orange.
It's
this
a
is
real
wow, okay.
zesty orange.
I'm gonna put my flag in this. Look over our episodes, folks. This is probably the most natural, realistic, beautiful orange we have done yet.
Yep.
I'm saying that out
It
loud
is not
in
your
English.
Tang. It is not your Sunny Delight.
God, no,
This is
no.
legit free.
Look at my face.
Like orange puree.
This is the Stockton farmhouse where my grandfather lived, and the orange tree. That
Right.
whoa!
My grandma just sent me home with oranges off her tree, and it's the perfect amount of sweet from a real orange. Not putting sugar in orange. Does that make sense?
Absolutely, y'all. This put in comments if you have experienced this, but dear Lord, this is
Okay.
a gorgeous,
So
gorgeous orange.
let's take a little whiff, and then we'll go back to the scent notes
Okay,
because I am
okay,
curious.
okay. So
There's
take-
more in here.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Take that in.
Okay, so from here, the sweet Tonka sugar vanilla something that's helping with the creamsicle is definitely more prominent here. As soon as you lather, it gets more of the zesty side of the orange.
Right. Just an all-encompassing.
And I don't really know what gin smells like, but do you get any?
Oh.
It is
we
a
should probably
technically-
take it back to the title, right? You know, juniper's one of those kind of amazing things. I grew up with a juniper tree in the backyard.
Right.
It's one of those scents that almost has like a disguise on.
Okay.
When you smell it in the morning, it's one thing. When you smell it at night, it's another. It's a little bit of a shape shifter of a scent. And I think that in here, juniper has this way of being herby, but like super clean. And I think that's what they're using under the surface to bring the cream and the orange together because it has little things it's going to add to each one. So think of like juniper and think of like a little bit of creaminess. Ooh, right? And then juniper and orange. Ooh. And then that's going to bring those together.
Right.
Woo! Okay.
Okay.
Set notes. Modeled after the famous Prohibition cocktail, this scent is all creamsicle and barely detectable hint of juniper. Yeah, but it's there.
It's there if you know what to look for, I think.
Wow, it's there. Because you know, juniper for me alone is a little bit bracing and I want it to be sweeter. But when it's melded with something that is already sweeter,
It almost pulls like the pretty out, if that makes sense.
yes, I'm glad you said that. Yes, it makes
just-
the orange somehow prettier.
Pretty, yeah.
Like how a super cold day makes a hot tub feel even hotter and warmer and nicer.
right,
That's what it's doing. If you like citrus, cream and a sweet finish.
Yeah.
That's a good way to say that. That
does
is
have a sweet finish.
This one will knock your socks off. And it's not like the kind of sweet that makes your teeth hurt. You know what I mean?
No.
It's the perfect amount of sweet. Oh, it's
Like, I
just
feel like when
beautiful.
you go to a restaurant and you can tell they just made that dessert that morning from all fresh ingredients,
Yep.
it's different than you just pulling the pre-cooked something. You know, you can smell the difference, taste the difference. And I feel like that's what we're getting here.
I'm going to say it again. It's the most beautiful orange I've smelled in a shaving soap yet.
I'm with you.
100%.
And
wow.
so those people that-
180 we've done.
Right.
Wow.
And those of you who were thinking when we read gin that it would be a little more on the alcoholic kind of side, I really barely smell it at all.
Wow. this is an adventure. This, even half of this, like that childish edge.
Right.
I'm reminded of the old Orange Julius stands that we used to have in Los Angeles and California. Like, oh, and it had a little bit of a creamy factor to it because they put egg whites in it. Don't tell anybody.
No.
But
yeah, I'm getting that frothiness, not just because we're looking at a soap, but I do smell the different types of cream that's happening.
Right. And I do have a little story about my grandfather and a gin fizz. So you want to take this a tiny bit deeper? So my grandfather was a large German guy, and one of his favorite places to hang out was the American Legion Hall in Stockton, California, mostly because their alcohol prices at the bar were about a third of what everyone else was in Stockton. So, you could get lit right there. And he could bring me. Now, I obviously not a veteran or anything, but because I was with him, he could bring me in. And it was a really fun place to hang out. And they actually had like shuffleboard courts. They had fun stuff for kids. They had jukeboxes and all kinds of stuff. And it was kind of a family place. My parents had their wedding reception in the hall downstairs.
You know what I mean? So
this was kind of a family place. You'd go hang out. The bar was just kind of a part of it, right? Well, when I turned 21,
big day.
My
with
grandpa wanted to know. It's funny because there was a liquor store down the street called Gaines Liquor, and my grandfather, when my dad turned 19, my grandfather said, "Mike, I'm going to give you a great present." And he walked into Gaines Liquor Store, and he put his arm around my dad, who was a 19-year-old kid, and he said, "Mr. Gaines, say happy birthday to my son, Mike. He's 21 today." And Mr. Gaines said, "Oh, Mike, congratulations. Right. Can I get you a beer?" And my grandfather winked at him and left. So for the next 2 years, my dad could buy all the alcohol he wanted at Gaines Liquor for all of his friends.
Because according to him, he thought he was 21.
And when he really turned 21, old man Gaines was pissed.
I'm sure.
He was mad, y'all. Anyway, so my grandfather, when I turned 21, he took me down to the American Legion Hall, and he said, "Okay, we're going to find out what drink you like. Like, what is your signature drink?" So I know. It's just overflowing. So he goes, "Okay, give us a tequila sunrise, give us a scotch and soda, give us a gin fizz, give us an amaretto," and he just lined them up on the bar.
So you could see which one you
liked. And I just
sampled
sampled the buffet. And by the end of the night, I was like, "Is Grandma going to come get us?" And he goes, "No, I'm fine." I was like, it was 2 blocks, but yeah, he was not fine, y'all. So I felt really guilty about that ride home. I was like,
he set you up
at
for
least
that.
if I'm the passenger, I'm not going down. Like, this is all you. But anyway.
So that was your first gin fizz.
Oh my God. I got more intoxicated that night than I think I've ever before. And it was on all kinds of different alcohols. And all the old guys were sitting around going, "I wouldn't do that if I were you. Tomorrow's not going to be fun." Right. Somehow I never got hungover back then.
Well,
so like it wasn't really an issue. But I remember the gin fizz. And I remember being like, "Oh, this is really like a clean tasting drink." Does that make sense? Like it's not sweet.
Right.
Even like the only sweetness is in like the gin itself. But it's a lovely clean taste. I remember liking it. But
interesting.
Didn't end up being my drink of choice. I ended up a Scotch
that.
Man.
But fun fact, you have had a gin fizz. So there you go.
Luckily, those days are behind us. But we still have these lovely shaving soaps to remind us of some of these cocktails.
Although I really don't smell the gin in there, which is kind of fun.
I actually do. I can sense the juniper, but I can more sense what it's doing rather than sensing it directly, because I can sense how it's bringing that orange and that cream together.
And at the end of the scent, I get something drier, and I think that's more of the gin side.
And it's the juniper that's making this a grown-up scent. So this is not like a gourmand from your childhood. This is, like she said, it's not your tang. It is. If you were to smell this, you'd be like, "Oh, that is an upscale cocktail at the Carlisle," right? But it would still be orange and creamy.
But it is still making my little childhood mouthwater.
Yeah.
Like absolutely. I want my creamsicle, you know?
Dude. There's like 3 pounds of lather on this brush, Reed. This is beautiful.
This is crazy.
Oh, I love this. Well, Lather Whipster, that is not false advertising.
No. But I do have to say, I am very intrigued because just by the branding alone here, I would have expected different types of scents. Oh. And reading through this secret stash, there are fun, whimsical ones. There are serious ones. They are completely different. So some darker, some lighter. So I'm curious what other ones they have.
I'm already planning a place of honor on our upper shelves for this guy in the shade.
And it's kind of fun with the tin action. I know we're a little newer, but back in the day, a lot more people had used tins.
Right.
So it is kind of fun to have our own little tin action.
You know? So all you have to do is have the good fortune to be spending your 21st birthday party in Stockton, California. Have a grandfather who's got $20 burning a hole in his pocket, and he's going to take you to the American Legion Hall. He's going to line up 12 or 13 of his favorite drinks, and by the time you get to the 9th one, look over at your grandpa and tell the middle one you just got your own. So head over to theholyblack.com where you'll find this and all kinds of other cool stuff. Well, I've had my shave, y'all, with the Holy Black. An absolutely beautiful formula, yo. This sat on my face with such a buttery quality, like butter I had actually churned in my shaving bowl. And when my razor touched it, it was just like, oh, we're partners now. Nice. What would you like to do? Super awesome base. And the scent, super whimsical, as original and beautiful as anything we have yet experienced in this world. I would kind of put it like an orange creamsicle with a gin fizz chaser. Perfect for a California afternoon. Thanks, y'all.
Welcome to Messages.
Hey, y'all. So Rod and Mandy at Sterling Soap have created a soap in honor of their pets. And we're going to do it next month, so we need something from y'all.
So send us pictures of you and your pets. They can be furry, they can be scaly, they can be fishes in a bowl. Whoever you consider your little friends. We would like you to send us a picture to WeSentYou@theBarbershopDuet.com.
Yeah, give us your name and theirs, and we're going to put a little montage together at the end of that episode, and we hope you'll be a part of it. I didn't even want to put this down for messages.
He's been having too fun.
I would have separation anxiety. Y'all, again, this is why I love this show. This is why we still feel like we are just getting started. Because sometimes we will still open these soaps and be absolutely gobsmacked by what we smell. And this is one of them.
This is one of them. Thanks, Reed. We would have had no idea who Holy Black was or that they had fun things like this. And clearly by the label, we shouldn't assume what we think the soaps are going to be. Because this was insanely fun.
Y'all, and we just did an inventory. We are booked up with soaps until mid-May. Right now it is February 5th. However, I'm going to be heading over to this website today just to make sure we didn't miss a couple of things that are amazing, because I'm seeing them right now.
Me too. Woo! Don't forget your next appointment with the Barbershop Duet.
You'll smell better just watching this.